What is up, Team Simple Rex? Welcome back to another video. Now, this is my first video that has a voiceover. I finally got a microphone. Sorry about that. Just a heads up, my microphone is not the greatest. So, if it comes out choppy or anything like that, yeah. So today I'm doing a retour of something that I have been working on. Now, as you guys know, a little while back, I finally built the HMS Nord in Minecraft. For those of you who don't know what the HMS Nord is, it is my fictional first-rate ship of the line that I based on the HMS Victory. After a while, I've been working on it. I've been adding stuff to it. You can actually see the lioness in the background. You may notice, too, that this is the map where I used to have the Black Pearl. Now, I actually demolished that one because it was far too inaccurate. That's why I rebuilt it in another world. So, yeah. Yeah, I apologize, guys, too. I've had a bit of a sore throat. I've, allergies, all that. As you can see, too, I've also built some other ships. You got the Queen Anne's Revenge there. You have the Interceptor. Got a little sloop there. I haven't really finished that one yet. But, yeah. All of these ships have a full interior. And, yeah. I've kind of added to the Lioness. You can tell that it's not like what you saw last time. And I actually used fill commands for the water here. So, yeah. But today I'm just going to be focusing on the Nord's upgrades. And if this comes out good, I'm going to do another tour of my other ships, too. Yeah. Starting off, we have the poop deck. And yes, that is what that is called. For those of you who do not know, that is what that is called. I do not want to see comments about it. Yeah. So the design of the HMS Nord is actually, it's kind of a cross between a few ships. Also, I don't know if you guys can hear like background noise, but, I don't really have like soundproofing or anything like that, so just gotta bear with me. So the Nord's design is kind of inspired by HMS Victory, but I also added my own stuff too, like a ram here that was inspired by Assassin's Creed. There's my poorly made version of the Jackdaw from Assassin's Creed 4. I'm probably going to upgrade it later. And there's a frigate. Oh, you can see something from one of the mods I have in the background. And I just pretend that's like a fort or something. That's how I do it. So, onto the tour. You have the mortars here, that's what these are. You have bow chasers, even though they're probably going to be useless because they're going to be smashing into that sail right there. Yeah. You got the forward weather deck. This is where like the main cannons are. You can see the Lioness over there. Comment below if you want me to add like little edits to make it look like these two ships are in a firefight. Tell me that wouldn't be cool. Moving to the back of the ship or aft. We have some carronades here, that's what these are supposed to be. You got the main stairwell leading down to the various gun decks. This is the binnacle, this is what holds your like compass and stuff. You got the steering wheel or the helm. This is like an office and cabin for a crew member, I forget who stays here. But yeah. Like I said, guys, if this audio comes out really, really choppy, it's because my computer's not the greatest, so just you gotta bear with me. If I had my other computer, I would have gladly used that one, but we're not going to talk about that. So anyway, we have the beginning of the captain's quarters. You have the one of the cannons. This is the captain's bedroom. I forgot to re-add the bed when I was done editing, so I'll probably do that later. Now, last time you guys probably saw this was different. Yeah, this is the captain's quarters. Yeah. Desk, because, you know, the captain has to have a fancy desk. Table in the middle. Got some lanterns. Some paintings. This is one of the quarter galleries. This is something a lot of Minecraft builders overlook. Here's another gallery. Yeah. And that does it for the captain's quarters. So, moving down, before we do that, we have the belfry with a working bell. Yeah. Going down here, this is the upper gun deck. This is supposed to be a capstan, but I looked at some other builds and I realized that's not accurate, so I'm probably going to fix that later. For those of you guys wondering what texture pack I'm using, I am using the Conquest texture pack. Yeah. So anyway, this is like another, I forget what this was. I think this was like the surgery area or something, like the medical theater. You have another, you know, that's a table. It's like an operating table. Cow. This is one of the, like the masters, the private officers, or I forget what it is. We have the forecastle. This is where the seats of ease are. This is another detail a lot of people miss out on when designing a first rate, which, yeah. For those who are wondering how long this build took roughly I think this build took about 6 months to build. Anyway, moving down, we have the middle gun deck. You have a boarding door that looks out. Yeah. Up here, this is the galley. This is where the cook would hand out food to the crew. You could probably also hear a lot of, side note, you could probably also hear a lot of clicking from my keyboard. But yes, because I have a mechanical keyboard. Moving aft, we have this is like random rooms. I forget what would be in here. These would probably be like cabins or something. This is the officer's wardroom. This inclusion is something I added recently. I might add that later. Now, these are not quarter galleries. Oh, I didn't show the upper gallery. I'll show you that last. Damn it. Pardon my language. Going down, we have the lower gun deck. This is supposed to be the artillery sweep. I'm still learning how to design these, so it's not going to be the best. You got some of the 30-pounder, 32-pounder guns. Almost said 30-pounder. There's nothing really up to the upper gun deck or lower gun deck. Actually, wait, hold on, that's a lie. Just like a little look at the Orlop deck. I'll pour that in a minute. Yeah, I'm flying through the ship, It's not really accurate, but you know, this thing's pretty big. In here, this is the manger. This is something I added recently. You have a bunch of pigs. You got chickens. You got a donkey. Sheep. I almost said horses. And there's... I don't know what. There's a cow. Cows in there. Now moving down, we have the orlop deck. This is the this is like the midshipman's berth. That is what that is called. And it's not birth as in, you know, childbirth, not BRTH. It's BETH. No. BERTH. That was great. Yeah, the midshipman's bath. That's great. That's funny. Anyway, continuing. I think this is what is called the cockpit. Not like the cockpit of a plane, obviously. Here is a cabin. You go up here, you got a bed. I wasn't sure what to really add down here, so it's just mostly empty. You got another cabin that's dark. Another dark cabin. This is the steward station. Yeah. You go through here and, yeah, you could play as the steward if you want. I don't know why. A bunch of barrels here. Wait, I said that. I said barrels. I said barrels. It was funny. Anyway, over here, this is like a little side room. I don't know what I'm going to put in here. This is a scuttle. Now, there's a few of these around the ship. Yeah. Oh, if you're wondering how I accomplished this on the back of the cannons, I used the framed blocks mod. So a lot of my mods on this map, along with a lot of my builds, are frame block and effortless building. Okay, sue me. Yeah, sue me. So down here, this is the hold. I didn't really add any lights down here because, you know, that is true to how it was in its time. So it is going to be pretty dark. Living room. I try to open the door pressing E. It's because I'm used to games like House Flipper and stuff. So this is the cable storage. I know this is probably not actually on the ship, but this is just something like I added. This is the main like central hold. You got a bunch of barrels and shit. Pardon my language. Just more storage. You got the spirit room. This is where the crew would get their alcohol and stuff, which is actually, believe it or not, true. In the 18th century, they did allow that. So there's yourself a little history fact for the day. Climb up here. I actually kind of feel like I'm in Assassin's Creed or something. I'm like sneaking through a ship. Can I close the scuttle? Yes, I can. Now, yes, I'm just going to leave it like this. I'm not just going to, you know, jump back and forth between brightnesses, because that's going to be a lot of editing, and already I have to edit that one part out where I fixed the brightness and the hold. But anyway, oops. This is the Admiral's cabin, part of it. This is the Admiral's bedroom. Moving up, this is the um, like the dining room, and this is the day cabin. Yeah. In here, this is another gallery. Um, the galleries are the same on both sides, at least as far as I remember. I could be wrong on that. But yeah, that is HMS Nord. Yeah. Do another fly around. Yeah. The most recent thing I had over the sails there. Um, I'm actually proud of how this came out. Yeah. Um, Now, if this video does well and the audio is usable, I can go over to the Lioness and toward that one and actually do some upgrades in between videos. Because I think the Nord has been actually pretty coolly upgraded. I forgot to edit that gun. I'll probably do that later. Why are there chairs there? It's like the one downside to effortless building is it'll put random crap. Let's see how far it goes down. Oh, it goes all the way down to the rudder. I'll fix it later. But yeah, as you can see, it says Nord because HMS Nord. Running away, there's a pirate flag on here, but that's because, it's a pirate ship. It is partly a pirate ship, I mean. Now, I know that's not really accurate because I know pirates never really went after ships of the line. But yeah, as the crown on top, as the cherry on top, we have got the Union Jack. And that is the HMS Nord tour. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm probably gonna read through. I'm probably gonna go through the playback first. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna surprise myself. Just a heads up, if the audio is like choppy, that's the fault of my computer. My computer is an actual piece of crap. Yeah, here's a little flyover of the other ships. Oh, I love the upgrade I did to the Lioness. I am so proud of that. And if you can see here, I actually added towers to the side. That's actually inspired by the Silent Mary from Pirates of the Caribbean. Yeah. Here's a galleon. This is just a random galleon I built. It's not the best in terms of looking, but I might tour it with the Lioness. Same with the Queen Anne's Revenge here. You got the Interceptor from Curse of the Black Pearl. This also has a full interior, or as full as you can get. Here's a sloop. I'll just show you this real quick. Yeah. It's just a small sloop. There's not really anything in here. Yeah. It's just a small sloop. There's nothing really special to it. It's also a little too wide. I don't like the way it's wide. I might demolish it later. Yeah. Here's kind of a view of the back of each ship. Here's the Queen Anne's Revenge. This part, I'm going to say, this part was an actual pain in the ass to design. I shouldn't be swearing, but you know what? Sue me. And I probably just bumped the microphone again. I apologize. Ear itches. There's the back of the Lioness. I really like the way this looks. Yeah. Here's the back of the Nord with a bunch of random ass chairs at the bottom. I'm gonna have to really fix that up later. This is, like I said, this is supposed to be the Jackdaw. It's not the greatest. I could just tour this real quick. I mean, there's nothing really to it. You got the cannons. Going here, you have Edward Kenway's cabin. Yeah. I know there's supposed to be another table here, but I didn't have the room. And trying to like create something one-to-one is actually really hard for me to do. Down here, this is actually a place that's not actually shown in the game. We have the gun deck. And nothing really to it, though. And then there's the hold. There's nothing in here, though. And before you guys ask, no, I have not played Assassin's Creed. I've heard about it, but I've never really played it. And this is just a frigate. I'm probably going to upgrade this one later. This one looks a little outdated now. So yeah, that'll do it for the tour. I hope you guys enjoyed, and be sure to remember, like, subscribe, share. If you don't, I don't care. I'll see you in the next tour. And I have a lot of editing to do.